Hello, I'm ETarte, once a Catholic priest for 5 years in the 1960s, now an atheist, which means I do not find any credible evidence for the existence of any God. This is February 6, 2015. Today I drove past one of the many churches in my community, and I saw this on their marquee: "We believe everybody matters to God." I am now going to give a personal response to this statement. Since I assume that the church's preacher is ultimately responsible for that sign, I will address my response to him. Preacher, your God, the God of the Bible, according to that so-called holy book of yours, once drowned almost the entire human race. First, give me solid evidence that your God even exists. Then explain to me how your God was showing that all people matter to him. Preacher, in the summer of 1934, just days before I was born, my mother's brother, Edward Cartwright, a young man in his 30s, was working on a pipeline in Kansas when a large piece of steel flew through the air, hit him in the head, and killed him instantly. He would have been my uncle. In his loving memory, my parents named me after him. I am Edward Cartwright Tarte. Preacher, first give me solid evidence that your God exists, then explain to me how your God, whom I presume is always in full control, was showing by this freak accident that Edward Cartwright mattered to your God. Preacher, my mother had a calcium deficiency in her bones that caused her severe constant back pain for decades. Then, as she became old, Alzheimer's disease completely destroyed her keen mind. Preacher, after giving solid evidence that your God exists, explain to me how your God was demonstrating that my mother mattered to him. Preacher, I hope you are aware that very recently in our community, a student at Kingwood High School got meningitis, and within about a week, he was dead. Your God, who you imagine exists and is creator of all things, inflicted him with meningitis. Explain to me how your God has thereby demonstrated that this teenage boy mattered to him. Preacher, also in our community, one of my former math students at Kingwood High School is now mother of a girl who since birth has been deaf and blind. About 6 years ago, I got cancer in my stomach. My brother died of brain cancer. My best friend in high school got terminal cancer and shot himself to death to avoid suffering agonizing, prolonged pain. Hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes kill so many people and leave so many living people's lives in ruins. Preacher, first give me solid evidence that your God exists. Then explain to me how your God, creator of all things and in control of all events, is showing us that these people matter to him. Preacher, I could go on, but the bottom line is, that sign of yours makes no sense to me. It does not correspond with reality. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.